So after Russia created the Borovesnik intercontinental cruise missile, Donald Trump came out and said Russia is testing nuclear weapons, China is testing nuclear weapons, and United States will very soon start testing their own nuclear weapons as well. Quickly, the Russians came out to deny that they are not testing nuclear weapons. The Chinese equally came out and also denied that they are not testing nuclear weapons. It was quite, I don't know, disappointing, because Donald Trump is supposed to know better. According to some experts in the West, even in the Western America, they continue to call what Trump said a bluff, because currently America don't have the infrastructure to test these nuclear weapons. Listen to Scott Ritter. Listen to him carefully.
The United States of America is governed by one of the dumbest men in the world. Before he speaks on topics such as this, he should probably get better briefed. This is a man who was told that the Russians had carried out 2 nuclear tests, one of the Borovesnik nuclear-powered cruise missile and the other of the Poseidon nuclear-powered underwater drone. Both of these are, nuclear capable, meaning they can carry nuclear warheads. But the tests were of the nuclear propulsion systems. And so, he somehow in his brain decided that he was going to call these nuclear weapons tests. No, they're tests of nuclear delivery vehicles that happen to be nuclear powered. Maybe that's just too many nuclears for Trump's brain to handle. But the bottom line is, he spoke out and said they're doing tests, so I'm going to order tests. Now here's but your words matter. And so now you're the Russians and you have to be pragmatic. You have to say, is this guy just stupid? The answer, of course, is an unqualified yes. But you can't run your policy based upon, we're just interpreting his words as stupidity. And there's no evidence that we are getting ready to do a nuclear test. And there's no evidence that the Russians or the Chinese have been doing or getting ready. All countries do what are known as subcritical testing. That is, we test the nuclear device model, and then we extrapolate based upon data whether or not the weapon would work, etc. Everybody does that.
It's quite disappointing because, come on, Donald Trump is the president of America, and he making such statements clearly tells everybody that he doesn't understand how nuclear weapons work, or he's making these statements deliberately. Now, today, Vladimir Putin met with the Defense Ministry and Foreign Ministry to discuss about this American nuclear weapons that Donald Trump claimed that they are going to start testing. This is very dangerous for the whole world. Currently, the nuclear weapons we have on Earth here is enough to destroy the whole world. So, why are these powers going in this direction? Arms race is back, which is not a healthy thing for the whole world. Now, the Borovesnik intercontinental cruise missile is a platform that carries, or that is capable of carrying nuclear warheads. So the fact that the platform is capable of carrying nuclear warheads doesn't mean the platform itself is a nuclear weapon. There's a big difference here. Supposedly, even if the Russians tested a nuclear weapon, who is to be blamed for this? Because clearly, back in the 1970s, a treaty was signed. The ABM Treaty main purpose was to make sure that they destroy these nuclear weapons or reduce nuclear weapons, and make sure that they don't produce the platforms that have the capability to carry these nuclear warheads. So this is what the ABM Treaty was all about. Quickly, United States, or after the Soviet Union collapsed, United States decided to pull out of the ABM Treaty. And now, when your adversaries are producing platforms that you don't have, you are annoying. Now, if you listen to Donald Trump carefully, all what he's trying to say is, Russia and China are threatening the United States. But in reality, the fact is, we wouldn't be in this situation today if America had not pulled out of the ABM Treaty. This is quite clear. Note, other countries started agitating or started producing these nuclear weapons because of the threat of American nuclear weapons. Because after America acquired these nuclear weapons, they are the only country in history to use nuclear weapons. It has never happened in the history of mankind. So everybody quickly realized that the only way to be safe is to equally possess these nuclear weapons. And this is what the world is going through now. Note, America have more than 5,000 nuclear weapons that is capable of destroying the whole world. Russia equally have more than 5,000 nuclear weapons. Now, even small countries, not in terms of small, but I'm talking about countries with nuclear weapons that are not even up to America and Russian standard, like India and Pakistan alone. In a nuclear confrontation, it can wipe out the whole world, even with small powers like India and Pakistan. Note, the current nuclear weapons that we have on Earth here is times 100, more than times 100, more powerful, more than what America dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The nuclear weapons America dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki are atomic nuclear weapons, right? Now, currently, almost all the nuclear powers on Earth here today have hydrogen nuclear weapons, which are more dangerous, more powerful, more than times 100 powerful, more than what America dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Arms race is back. I hate to say this, but arms race is back. America just realized, I think, in my personal opinion, I think America realized that they are lacking behind in terms of this nuclear weapon. Maybe you guys don't know, but Russian nuclear deterrence is more powerful, more than any country on Earth here. Maybe you don't like the Russians, that is okay. But the point is, there is no country on Earth here that can compete with the Russians in terms of, delivery of nuclear weapons. For more geopolitical contents like this, please hit on the like button, and if you are new to the channel, subscribe. By the way, Vladimir Putin made this statement himself less than a week ago. When you currently look at America and Russia, the only platforms that America have to deliver these nuclear weapons in case of nuclear war is ICBMs. That's the only thing that they have currently. And most of these ICBMs communicate with satellites, and the Russians have the capability to shoot down American satellite. Remember that the Russian S-550 is designed purposely to shoot down American satellite, right? And most of these platforms, or these cruise missiles that have the capability to carry these nuclear warheads, can be shot down easily. The Russians have the Vowed, which is impossible to shoot down. Remember that the Vowed have the capability to carry nuclear warheads. They also have the Kinjal, which can also carry nuclear warheads, which is also impossible to shoot down. They also have the Zircon, which is impossible to shoot down. And to make matters worse for them, now the Russians also have the Orishnik, which a lot of you guys know already, that Orishnik today is impossible to shoot down. And recently the Russians also released this Pokrovsk missile, which is something that the world has never seen before, a nuclear powered missile. Equally, most of Russian powerful missiles communicate with satellite as well. The Americans use GPS, while the Russians use GLONASS. Even in nuclear confrontation, if America managed to shoot down Russian satellite, the Pokrovsk missile they created or they released recently can work on its own without communicating with satellite. That makes this particular weapon more dangerous. And I think they are, I don't know how to put this, whether they are scared, I don't know how to put this. But these guys clearly are not comfortable. According to Vladimir Putin, when they launched this Pokrovsk missile, America and the West spy planes were observing the missile, and they realized that they have nothing close currently to the Russian Pokrovsk missile. It's not like I am hyping Russia here, but if you know any American missile currently in their arsenals that can be compared to the Zircon, the Vowed, or the Kinjal, let me know down in the comment section. Which American weapon can be compared to the recently Pokrovsk missile? Remember, recently Zelensky came out claiming that the city of Pokrovsk is not taken by the Russians. Today, the Washington Post is saying something different. Remember, this is an American media outlet. According to them, Zelensky have two options. It's either he save his men in Pokrovsk, or they annihilate them. So Zelensky faces a very difficult situation now. He either have to choose between territory and his men. So this whole Zelensky claims that, oh, Pokrovsk is not surrounded. Even the Western media clearly can see that whatever Zelensky is saying is pure lies. It is not true. According to some experts, Zelensky is holding on to this city just because he don't want to withdraw his troops. If he withdraw his troops, it is going to send a signal to Donald Trump that, you know, Zelensky have no option than to concede to these territories that the Russians are demanding for. So that is why Zelensky is holding on to this city. Even according to the Washington Post, they are also saying that this is not different from the situation in Bakhmut. This is not different from the situation in Avdiivka. Remember all these cities back in the days when Ukrainian troops were surrounded. Zelensky came out and refused that they are not surrounded. So currently, even the mainstream media is admitting to the fact that Pokrovsk is currently taken by Russians. What do you think about this whole nuclear weapons and the Pokrovsk situation? Let me know down in the comment section. Your opinion is very, very important to me. Thank you once again for your endless support. Shalom. See you guys in the next episode.